Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Brand new video on Marvel Contest of Champions. I've just recently 100%ed the Goldblum event. Jeff Goldblum, great guy, like the geezer. Independence Day, great film, and he was fantastic in that. And obviously he plays the Grandmaster in the upcoming film Thor Ragnarok, which I am quite looking forward to see. I'm a bit concerned it's not going to be a bit too much like Guardians of the Galaxy, but that's a bit dumb for myself to kind of have that kind of opinion going into the film. So I will try and go in with an open mind. Anyway, right, strategies for this. So as you can see, my team is to the left. So first of all, you're kind of wondering, why have I got Nightcrawler in? Well, because we look alike. Except they're not blue. The other thing is that Iceman's just there for padding. It just so happens at the time of kind of putting this team in, I was running, I think it was Alliance Wars and Alliance Quest, and as well it was the Alliance Wars defense team. So I needed some team to kind of like get me through it. And so there was kind of like the reason I built the team in a certain way was all around just using Nightcrawler and Magic. The other ones are just there for the sake of it. I was doing some tests at the time with regards to bleed. Obviously that's pretty stupid if you compare it off against the fact that we've got on Hulk the cornered. Whenever damage over time debuff is applied to the champion, they gain 200% more power for duration of that. So it doesn't really help, and I learnt that very quickly on, that it didn't really help having anything that bled enemy champions. The next thing that I felt that was important about using Nightcrawler in that circumstance is the evade is pretty good. If you switch over to swashbuckling mode, then you get some good damage output as well. He is actually pretty decent with regards to crits and other stuff. The kind of deep wounds that's embedded into the character really means for a fantastic kind of bleed aspect that you don't really need to debuff the enemy, and that's why that really applied for that kind of situation there. Because Magic was my go-to champion, the aspect of Limbo was just so amazing because you were kind of doing all this damage, but the kind of health points were coming back, you know what I mean? Like, so that's pretty good. Being hit under Limbo meant that it was coming back as much as it was going away. And obviously life transfer, which is the big thing about it. You hit, you then get your life kind of like, your life is taken away from you, but when you hit back at the enemy and get a true hit, you'll definitely get back health points for that. So that's pretty cool, especially kind of pairing that up with Limbo meant for some really nice regen. One thing I found quite peculiar is having well, Angela and Thor Jane Foster in. I thought these were two odd kind of characters to the mix. I'm not sure, maybe that's a kind of a teaser to something that's going on in the film, which would be pretty incredible if this is kind of like a teaser for it. I doubt it. I think it was just put in there for a relationship point of view. Obviously putting in the Grandmaster as a kind of like an enemy to go against may have been a bit too much, unless they were going to do it as an end boss. So it may have been better to kind of go, right, well, we'll switch the Grandmaster up and have the Grandmaster as the boss, and then have, say, Loki and another character in there, unless it is big spoilers for what's going on in the film. But apart from that, any thoughts on the other characters being difficult? Not so much. Angela was pretty kind of standard. Same principles are with Limbo and Magic, and Magic's pretty intense and amazing in any case, because we've got power burn, we've got a little bit of power stealing, we've got as well the power locking elements that make that character so amazing. Obviously last time there were a lot of science-based champions in the Web Slingers challenge. In this one, not so much, so she was pretty darn important. Same thing with regards to the Drax event, that having her in meant that we were doing all those kind of amazing power locking, power burning. Doesn't really matter. She was a machine and she was a go-to champion. So if you had Magic for this event, or you're looking to use a character for this event, Magic is your person. Though I didn't, as I said, like her for class disadvantage against Hulk, and then it was all about putting in a decent champion. I road tested Iceman against, that's obviously why Iceman's in, and yeah, I could have put in a kind of a Guardians team or put in a Synergy team of some kind, but to be honest, it felt so, not easy, but it felt like it flowed very well with this event that I didn't really need to bother. Or I could have done a power gain team around Magic, or kind of then just put power gain team in and just had Nightcrawler and Magic. Obviously people will differ with regards to who they use. I would have liked to use Dormammu, but he was Alliance Wars boss at the time, and I just made do with what I had. I'm not sure if I go back and change and kind of try this out with 3 stars, because just the power aspect. I may give it a test run at a later date, but who knows. So now let's show you some kick-ass fights, and then let's open some rewards. Oh, so we're all done on the little event, and now it's time for the rewards opening. I'm quite looking forward to this. Hopefully I can get a Mystic out of here, and then the 20, I don't know where I'm going to put this. I may just keep the signature stones after my next 5-star crystal opening to see what I get. Hopefully I get something that I can really utilize it against. And obviously 4-star awakening gem. Don't know what to really do with this. I think I might opt for using it on rogue. Most of the ones that I want I've got. So I don't really know, but let's just go and open these up and see what we get. Here we go. Come on, Mystic. Give me a Mystic. Mystic, Mystic, Mystic. Please, Mystic. I had so much kind of decency out of Magic that I think that she is my next Mystic to then go up to rank 5. I thought about Mordo and I thought about Dr. Voodoo, but there's just something about it that's so good. Like, I don't utilize it quite as much as I should do, so please, please, please. No! Oh, God's sake. That is just such a kabammed moment. I feel totally and utterly kablammed. Why? Why land like that? So frustrating when you're like, it's there. It's because I said it, really. If I didn't say it, if I said, oh yeah, I really don't want a Mystic, I probably would get a Mystic. But that's just how it works. What would I hope from this one? Maybe a Mutant Awakening Gem, but I feel quite peed off because I recently kind of put a generic, onto Iceman. So if it was Mutant, I'd probably be pretty peed off. But I could use it for Rogue, that's one thing. And Skill, I could use it for blade if I get him. Okay, cool. So if I get a 4-star blade out of, say, the kind of Grand Mastery crystal things that are released, hopefully on Thursday, I'll be able to kind of utilize that on there. So there are some positives out of this, so I will take it as a positive. So skill, thank you very much. So yeah, guys, if you enjoyed this video and felt that it was kind of fun or whatever, then please give it a thumbs up and a like rating. If you want to follow me for more Marvel Contest Champions based content, if I can get the words out, then please subscribe to my channel. Links to my social media popping up, and catch me on a stream next week. I've been RichTheMan, and thank you very much for watching, and I shall catch you on the flip side. Bye bye for now.